Hello, fellow Darksiders. Welcome to another reaction video. This is released once again by Cirky. Oh boy, there's another ad. You know, it's really funny. I just uninstalled Grammarly, like a few seconds before starting this video because it was getting annoying. Like the Grammarly icon was in the way of the screen and everything. But you know, anyway, besides that, yeah, let's just get started on this reaction and enjoy. And of course, I will leave all the necessary links in the comments, and even in the description below. So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. It's on mute. Alright. This is public restrooms.
Late, right around 8 p.m. For November, this
captions
meant
for
that
this?
the shadows
Yes.
of the night were already engulfing the world. It wasn't cold out, though.
Okay. Well, not the
wind
whole
was
world.
gentle and carried
Do you know what a
with it the
time
smell
zone
of
is, lady?
foliage, thanks to the various gardens that littered the campus grounds.
Oh, are you a university student? Congratulations. What are you studying?
Especially when the stars were out. Unfortunately,
Good for you.
It couldn't be seen from here, even on the clearest of nights, since the college was located just outside the city. A friendly squirrel
air
suddenly
pollution.
crossed my path, coming mere inches to my feet before looking up at me and chattering as though I had done it a misdeed. It didn't appear frightened at all.
Are you an
so
English
when I
major?
said
Because, like, you're talking so flowery. Your
creature,
language is so
rather than
flowery.
scaring off, lay flat on the ground. I felt that I could possibly kneel down and pick up the creature if I wanted to. However, I had been attending this campus for months, and knew
Are you
from
like a
experience that the
Shakespearean or
would
something?
run off just short of contact. So instead, I continued on my way. I had a destination in mind and could not be delayed any longer. Just
Your
along the
Shakespeare
outer edge of
Club.
the
That's
campus
your
was the
destination.
only women's restroom left open at this hour. The campus itself
What?
usually shuts down.
You don't have
early on
a
Fridays,
restroom
so
in your
lucky.
dorm building?
There was
Or
at least
wherever
one
you're
left
staying at?
unlocked, especially considering I had an hour's drive home ahead of me. Quite
Oh, jeez.
honestly,
Okay.
I didn't feel like stopping at a gas station for such a purpose this late in the day. Turning the last
Yeah, that's
building,
probably
I
for the
finally
best.
arrived at the lonely structure. It could have served as a concrete outhouse in my opinion, but then again, I have no knowledge of such things. It was just a small building.
No
with a
knowledge
single
of
purpose.
such things.
I looked
This
behind
lady
me
is
at the
talking
gust
with
of
such
wind caught my
eloquence. Oh my
attention.
god.
The
She's
parking
probably the
lot
most
was a few
eloquent
yards away,
creepypasta
surrounded by
protagonist
the
we've
flat
seen so
green
far,
lawn of the
guys.
college. The
Comment down
campus buildings
below,
themselves were dark
what do
and
you think
shadowed.
of this lady's eloquence?
Most
You
of
know,
us
do you
were
like
no
it?
longer holding classes at this time. When I saw no one there, I continued on my way.
Alright, well,
The door
yeah.
screamed in
Continue on your
protest
way.
as I entered. Rust
Screamed in
colored leaves
protest.
flipping away in a flurry. The sound reverberated.
You
in
should
the
be an
small
author.
room.
Like,
As was
goddamn.
normal for bathrooms, the floor was linoleum. The walls, a bare white, and a single yellow light
Damn.
illuminated the six.
I didn't
stalls
even know
lining
that
the
floors were
bathroom.
made of linoleum in
There were
bathrooms,
only
because I
two
didn't even
sinks
know what
and a
linoleum
single
was
roll of
before she
paper
just said it.
towels hanging above a trash can.
I'm gonna look up what
I
linoleum
passed
is
by
after
and, as per
this,
usual,
actually.
chose the stall beside the handicapped. I always
Why?
felt bad whenever I entered the handicapped stall, since it was designed for those who had trouble using the regular toilets.
Then
When
don't
I was
use the
younger,
handicapped
I took
stall.
delight in the more
What?
spacious stall, but now I knew better. Regardless
What
of
the
popular
fuck?
belief, women's restrooms don't exactly smell better than the men's room. This time, it smelled worse.
Oh
As though
wow,
something
that's
had
not
died
good.
and
Wait,
left
that
a
implies
box
that
in
you've been in the
small
men's
paper
restroom because you
box
have
along
experience
one
of,
the
like,
stall walls.
what that smells like.
Knowing the sorts of things
Anyway,
that
I don't
would
need to know what a
normally been
woman's
thrown in there,
restroom
I
smells
didn't
like,
feel
sorry.
the urge to investigate and set my mind to finishing my business.
Yes,
It wasn't
please
until
finish your
I was
business
finished that I heard it.
and,
A
like, move
slight
on.
gasping sound, as though someone with asthma was in the stall beside me.
Okay,
Not
well,
having heard anyone enter the
that's quite
restroom, I
unfortunate
did
for
the
that
image thing
individual,
and
but
looked.
you have to move on.
I
Oh
leaned
my
forward
god.
and tilted my head until I could see under the wall to my left, allowing me to peer into the four stalls.
You know, if a
beside
police
mine.
officer interrogates you
At
about the
first, I didn't
situation,
see
you're gonna be
anything.
very good
They
because
were
you
all empty, so
explain
I
the
figured
entire
the sound
situation in
was
such
probably coming
brilliant
from the
detail.
handicapped stall beside me. Before I could turn my
Oh,
head,
it's coming from the
however,
handicapped
I
stall.
noticed a pair of legs drop down from the stall at the far end.
What the
That's
fuck?
when I realized someone had been standing on the toilet in the first
This
stall.
is really well
The
animated.
legs were bare,
Props to
probably
Cirky,
meaning the
he's
owner
done
had
such
on
a great
dress
job
or
with
shorts.
this.
As for the missing shoes, I wasn't certain. People don't just wander the city shoeless. Not that I knew of anyway.
Yeah,
Relieved at finding the culprit, I sighed and closed my eyes, ready to sit up and
Yeah.
leave when something else
yeah,
happened.
please just depart
A head
already.
popped out from
Oi,
the
fucking,
last stall,
okay, that is the
obviously
first
belonging
time,
to the same person as the
that
legs.
is the first time, guys, That is the first time I have been scared by one of these SFM creepypastas. I'm being serious. Like, let me just mute this for a second. But, like, holy fuck. That actually got me. That actually got me. Okay.
Not that I knew of anyway.
Props to this video, man. That actually, that got my ass. Holy shit. I did not expect that.
Else happened. A head popped down from
Ah,
the
God,
obviously
man.
belonging to the same person.
I didn't expect to ever be genuinely, like, scared, even for a moment, by one of these videos, because, I don't know, I just haven't been so far, and that just comes out of nowhere. Okay.
When I realized I had just been caught peeping at her. This was rather embarrassing, so I immediately sat up, blushing furiously.
You should probably just leave, yeah.
Do people do that
no, what the fuck? That's a demon from hell. Don't even think about approaching it.
I shrugged off the last question, figuring it was just a figment
God,
of my
that got
imagination. They probably only looked that way because she was so far down that I couldn't see her properly. She most likely had some really dark brown eyes or something.
Yeah, well, you know what? Her eyes are terrifying, and I never want to see her again.
I heard something else. Something unusual. It was a shuffling sound, as though someone was sliding under the stall walls.
Oh,
the
God.
The back of my neck stood on end, realizing how strange the situation had become. Why would she be climbing?
Strange the situation had become. Dude, she's coming to... Was she autistic? Wait, what? Was she... Autistic and lost, man. Oh my god. Anyway, let's continue. Well, you know, once this decides to load, of course, because,
maybe she wandered away
there we
from
go.
her guardian and decided to play in the women's restroom.
Her guardian, yeah. Very eloquent, very eloquent. I love it.
Even after hours. I decided I'd call the police and report her in case she was a missing person.
That's probably for the best, yeah. Wow, what a very logical protagonist.
And the poor thing was probably starving. So,
what? Oh, I didn't really get that. I got more evil poltergeist from her appearance.
I originally was going to try and get her name, but stopped dead as my eyes took in the sight of her. Her eyes were black, all right. Black as coal.
Black as coal.
Rest,
she's a coal burner.
I didn't want to. This thing wasn't human.
It was a demon.
As I sat up.
Yeah, you should probably escape, like, right now. You should just open the stall door and free, and flee. Free, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, I'm sure you can handle it.
Images of it leaping upon me and tearing me to shreds started to fill my head.
Yeah, well, that's negative thinking. And you don't want to be a negative Nancy in the situation. You want to be a positive Paula.
Although this time I heard thumping sounds, as though it were hitting the walls gently. My heart
It's like, hey, I'm hitting the walls, but I'm hitting them gently.
Happy to have already done my business. For a moment, I considered just running.
You would have soiled your pants if you didn't.
It was my only chance since I had no other options.
I think that's your best chance.
It stopped. I began to strain my ears to locate the creature by sound, but heard nothing. The gasping noises were gone, and I no longer heard the thing shuffling or banging along the floors and walls.
It's probably going to leap out at you from the bathroom
floor. I had to make my mind up quickly as I contemplated the possibilities. Eventually, I manned up and took one last look under the stalls.
Don't you mean womaned up?
To the left to find the thing missing.
Yeah, I'm really funny, guys.
Washed over me in time
I'm a
for
comedian.
Shuffling sound to my right to catch my attention.
You need to leave.
Before I could process what it was, I whipped my head around, fearing it to be staring back at me just inches away from the stall I never bothered to inspect.
Oh, it's just someone else using the bathroom.
It took me a moment to register this. There was someone in the handicapped stall. When did they?
Yeah, they were just using the bathroom.
Who
it's
cared?
okay.
There was someone else there with me. I felt at ease knowing I wasn't alone anymore. As usual, my sense of relief was short-lived once I noticed the gasping sound coming from inside my stall. I froze for what seemed like an eternity before I managed to glance up.
Are you gonna, like, scream? Are you gonna say anything? Are you just gonna stare in amazement and awe and horror? This is very well animated.
I slammed so hard into the stall door that the lock broke clean off as I stormed through the
Oh, wow.
I wanted to run to my car.
Yeah, that's a show of strength.
Home, to curl up in my bed and pretend it was all a bad dream. And I
that's a good idea.
Girl I nearly ran into.
What? Who are you?
She gave me a strange look before going into the restroom. I should have said
what a
something,
weirdo.
maybe warned her of what awaited in there. But as I stood, once more straining my ears to hear the slightest of sounds, silence fell upon me. A few more moments, and I began to piece everything together. Realization flooded my thoughts as things began to make sense. Whoever was in the handicapped stall must have had their feet pulled up when I first walked in. They were probably recording the sounds, hoping for screams, or worse, they were filming me in the stall. The other girl was probably some really well-dressed actor who was there to scare the crap out of any poor soul who wandered in.
Oh, so it was a stunt.
I turned on my heels and hurried to my car, cell already out. I informed the police of the dirtbag who had been filming me in the stalls. They said they'd look into it, and I was able to drive home worry-free.
Well, all's well that ends well.
The next day, I arrived on campus only to find it locked down and swarming with cop cars and officers.
What the frick? What's going on?
In the women's restroom last night. Estimated time of death, 8:34 p.m. It was the girl I had run into. Apparently, there had been a series of murders in the city. A man had been spotted on some of the sites leaving the women's restrooms where the girls were found. He would apparently wait in the handicapped stalls until the girls headed for the sink.
Holy shit.
Then he would come out from behind them and slit their throats. Whatever that thing was,
that's brutal.
Bathroom, it had saved me.
Whoa, interesting. Okay. I quite like that story, actually. It was well animated, and it leads to a lot of room for mystery. Plus, it was actually, I have to say, it was, you know, the ambience and, like, everything just came together to make that creepypasta really intriguing. This is the best one, I think, so far, guys. Comment down below what your favorite creepypasta has been so far of this reaction series, but I think, personally, that this is the best one. It has so much mystery and intrigue behind it. Honestly, I'd love a follow-up someday. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and expect a lot more videos soon. And, yeah, peace, Darksiders.